today on this auspicious occasion. Before we commence our program, let me take this opportunity to invite Reverend KP Maseko to offer a prayer. Amaindia bambo, nyamata ndia sungwana, komanso oitandwa tonse, ndino kondwa mama wano kukulandirani mwachimwemwe, komatisana ambe zonse, ndikupempha kuti tiitane abusa athu, Reverend KP Maseko, kuti atipase pemphero. You are 10.
Let us close our eyes in prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God blessed forever. This morning, our Father and our God, we have gathered here to witness the official handover of the beautiful lab which has been built here at Enukweni CDSS. We thank you, our Father and our God, for our donors who have shown great love for us to give us this learning facility that will help our children, our learners, to go further with their education. We pray that this gathering is blessed by you as we begin till the end of this business, to the glory of our Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, triune God, for now and evermore. Amen.
Our guest of honor, all protocol observed, we are all gathered here today to celebrate and witness the official handover ceremony of the computer laboratory built by Ulalo, which has been handed over today to Enukweni CDSS. Now, as we are continuing with our program, we are going now, we'll go straight into the introduction of the invited guests because we want to go by our time. Then there on, we will continue with our program. I hope others have already received the program and you can follow the schedule as well, the way we'll be going. Panthawi ndifuna mwabadiradera, tipitirize oti tamangisane ndi nthawi, nthawi tikulowa ndioti tilandire komanso tione oitanidwa mwabadiradera introduction tiaziwe. Our guest of honor, it's now my singular honor to take this opportunity to introduce to you members. I'll start with the members of staff of Enukweni CDSS. I cannot do something, then I'll be failing in my duty if I don't start with the members of staff here. Let me just invite the members of staff of Enukweni CDSS to stand wherever they are and just raise up your right hand so that the whole team can see you. So these are the members, our guest of honor, representing Enukweni CDSS teachers here. Then in a similar manner, let me also have an opportunity to introduce in a special way the head teacher of Enukweni CDSS, Mr. Joseph Binara Lusare. I don't know where, oh yeah, the head teacher of the school. And maybe as well the head teacher of the school, Mr. Binara Lusare, will be the one quickly to introduce some of the members, including the executive director of Ulalo. So here is our head teacher, Mr. Binara Joseph Lusare, head teacher of Enukweni CDSS. A big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so in no time, let me hand over to the head teacher of the school to introduce some of the guests.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. Monlemose. My humble duty this time is to introduce all the guests that are here. But first of all, let me say we are most welcome to Enukweni CDSS, all of us who are here. We have the chairperson of Board of Governors, Mr. Eddington Chavula, and all board members. Then we also have present here the chief of this area, Inkosana Sondwani Shema. We have the pair for Enukweni zone, Mr. Chirwa. And then we have various chiefs present here. I may not mention all the chiefs by name, but you are most welcome. Then the officiating clergy here is Reverend Maseko, our Reverend for Enukweni CCP. We also had the CEO of Mzimba North, who have just left because of other engagements. And then I would like to ask the executive director for Ulalo, Mr. Gondwe, to introduce the donors that are here.
Mwanile Mose. Yeah, so my humble duty this morning is to introduce you to the one who is representing the partners, the funders of this project. So her name is Gabi, and Gabi is the board member of St. George's International Club. And she's here representing the St. George's International Club, but also our partner organization that we implemented this project together, that is Groundbreaker. So Gabi, maybe you can just stand where you are so that people can see you. So Gabi has not come alone. Gabi has come with 3 others. Patricia, please stand. Yes, she just raised her hand. And then we have got Carl and Paul at the back there. They can also just raise their hands.
I have the honor this time around to introduce to you our guest of honor. Our guest of honor is Mr. Matthews Kapira. He's representing the Education Divisional Manager for the North. Over to you, the Director of Ceremonies.
The guest of honor, all protocol observed. As the area on said, I'll be mixing so that it can suit the group that is found here. So ndionjezera umo ndi umo kachichewa, kachitumbuka kachingerezi kuti timvane mwambo kuyenda bwanji. Ndi nthawi yabwino kwambiri imene tili nayo chifukwa ndi chimwemwe chopsa kwambiri chimene tili nacho kulandira chiputing chimene mukuchiona kuseriko. Chifukwa cha nthawi tikufuna tilowe mkati mwa zochitika zathu. Now we will go straight into speeches, looking into the time that we have. Now our first speaker will be the Board of Governance Chairperson, Mr. Eddington Chavula, who will come in front, present the speech. Remember, we are within his jurisdiction in connection with our Murumuzana. And ndikufuna mnthawi amayi ndi abambo anyamata ndi asikana nditenge mpata chifukwa cha nthawi kuti tisataye nthawi, titenge olankhula athu oyamba amene ali atsogoleri a skulu imene mukuyiona ya Enukweni CDSS, molumikizana ndi amfumu adera lino, koma iwo ndi amene ayambe kulankhula. Mwini bwalo atilandire sitingokhala pamalo iyayi ndi masewera amenewo. Mr. Eddington Chavula, come in front. A big hand as he is coming in front.
Thank you. The guest of honor, then the executive director for Ulalo, the donors for our project that has been built here, the chief. Let me start with Murumuzana Sondwani Nkosi and all chiefs that are present here. We have the Reverend, who is the moderator for Enukweni CCP, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My humble duty is to welcome you all to this occasion, a very important occasion that we will never forget in our lives. Let me start again with the duties that the BOG is doing here at Enukweni. We have the new BOG as well as the old BOG. They have initiated the projects, that is the computer lab, which is seen behind the stage. They also do a number of things here. They communicate with the chiefs around the school so that all projects that are being done here, the chiefs do take part wholly. And we also thank the chiefs for their work. The BOG also has installed water. As you can see here, where we are standing, it looks like a desert. We have a problem of water here at Enukweni. So the BOG initiated, they talked to the donors and have sunk a borehole that pumps water, which is used here. They have also initiated the boarding facility. We have a hostel which has been built, and students are residing there. The purpose of building a hostel was to minimize the distance that these girls cover from their homes to our school. They do meet a lot of challenges along the way. Then, lastly, what the BOG does is to initiate or to communicate, to build a good relationship between the community and then the staff. In order to realize education, that's quality education, there must be a relationship, a good relationship between the staff, that's members of the staff, and then the community. So they have done that one, and the relationship is just okay. Lastly, I would like to thank you all that have come here for the initiation that you have done in order to make this occasion a very successful. Feel free and then attend. We are thankful for the building that is behind. We are hoping that the education is going to be improved through the computers that have been donated. We are living in a world of technology. You don't write a letter using a pencil nowadays. We depend upon computer. Ulalo, we hope this is a start of the journey. You will continue with us until Enukweni CDSS is transformed. Thank you very much.
Big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Tieni mauko mwaomo mwa board chair au vakuonerera skuri kuti irute panthazi. The guest of honor, all protocol observed. Allow me at this juncture to invite our own chief representing this area, Mulumuza na Sondwani Sena. The guest of honor, Mundilole Nthawi, ndiitane mauko mwa mfumu, mauko wa mfumu at least, wakushani mwakushitira, tieni kwa maoko, nyengo ya kwana ya kushema mfumu, ndiyo wati pasenge speech, taonga.
The guest of honor, Mr. Matthews Kapila, the Chief Education Officer of Mzimba North, the board of St. George's International Club, the head teacher, and Reverend Maseko, and all protocols observed. Sorry for my voice, but I'm standing here with all my happiness, strength, and joy for the gift that we have received today. I, in behalf of all my chiefs and the whole community, we're so glad for this development because we know that we are living in a world of .com, of which without computers, without internet, without whatsoever, social media whatsoever, we can't live. But because of this computer laboratory, I know that our children will also move with the world. So I'm so glad and so thankful to Ulalo and your partners, St. George, because you have helped us with this development. Without you, we would have been behind with this world. So we thank you so much. Though on this school, there are a lot of things that will need your help. We'll be coming back to you because we know you're now our friends and our partners. We're so grateful. Thank you. May the good Lord continue blessing you as you're thinking of helping us with another project. Thank you.
Mwina tirole pangono amfumu ayankuleko chitumbuka, pangono chabe amfumu sikani, ndi masewera amene mukuchita, simunapemphe mokwana. Mwapempha pangono kwambiri.
Lekani usapecha kwitu so. Pana vekuranga. Ya injindi ziwe mmalo mwake, ine nilokondwa chomene, pakupokerera chinyumba na katundu uli kuseluku, computer library. Nilisoka kuwanga chomene kwa Ulalo, kweniso kwa St. George's International. Ise mwatu ufikira chomene baba. Lelo, karata nigena mawira ditachavula patukulemba pa maoko ha. Niva kudosha vene vivi. Apesi tikasambiranga, chilichose manotsi, kuwerenga mabuku, vikanga muchibuku, hard copy. Kweni mahuno, mwana msambiri ma computer, mwende ngina charo. So niliwa kuonga chomene kwa imwe wa Ulalo pamoja na wanyinu wa St. George's International. Yai, nangu ya sokari mchingerezi, tina vinandi vitukusowekera pano. Chonde patukiza sokwa imwe, ndi tukumaya uti imwe ndi mutovuire. So uti nyanyara ya mkati pokere rengi waka. Yo chomene, pale vinandi vushitika. Yo.
A round of applause once again, a round of applause. Maoko ya chifumu. Taonga chomene, ao wangu wa amfumu, Mulumuza na Sondwani Sena, ao wakuyimira chigawo ichi kweniso na mafumu anyao ose, ao wizanao panthazi apa. At this juncture, our guest of honor, I want to introduce to you one of the performance, but in this case, a poem, so that you can see how well we appreciate such a handover ceremony that is happening today. So I will invite Mere Mware, who has a poem, will come in front and present this poem to us so that we can appreciate. Tata na mama, palika poem wako mwana witu, wakachuna na ukapika mafumu itu kuti tikapulike. Tienti terezye.
Thank you. My name is Mele Mwale. I have a poem titled Ulalo. Ulalo, indeed you have come to our rescue. Technology is now at our doorstep. Typing as well as searching for information will not be a problem anymore because we'll be able to use computers. Ulalo, we really thank you for you improving Malawian education. Enukweni is one of the schools that are singing Thanksgiving songs about Ulalo. Continue being there for needed students as well as schools. Indeed, you are the bridge we can walk on. Thank you.
Yeah, a big hand, a big hand, a big hand, a big hand. A poem by Mere Mware, a student representative, of course. To see, that's the full of our guest of honor. It shows how well we are now today. Completely filled with joy, which is not easy. At this juncture, still another performance. Precious K. Gondwe will give us a song. Precious Gondwe will come in front and we'll have a performance, a song, just simply to appreciate this handover ceremony. Precious is the one coming, and a hand can be coming from the flames as well. So Precious K. Gondwe will give us a song.
Guys, do you welcome Ulalo? I want you to stand up. Just stand up for a moment. Okay? Guys, chimene ndizipanga ndifuna tonse tiyimbire limodzi tiyamikire limodzi ndiye ndikamanena kuti takulandirani tikuthokozani Ulalo za ubwino wanu ndiye niyo muzina kuti zomwe mwatipangira ife buma buma tikumvana eh? Okay, wave your hands like this. Takuyamikani Ulalo za ubwino wanu. Yeah. Okay, guys. Zome mwatipangira ife buma buma. Okay. While my dancers should come in front. Guys, come here. Takuyamikani Ulalo za ubwino wanu. Guys, mugule ferat. Guys, my dancers, fast. Okay?
Dr. Pleasure Kazi wandani minasoganizira Sikulina tizalandela chisomo Ila kwanu Ulalo Mutungu nadi Josi padoku Makompyuta labuma manga Netiweki maiberesa Chindi Jose madejidila Ulalo Ibisi komo Takulandelani Ulalo Ningi awa moze Matiolo sale kisi Endani Katikisi It's our time now People see it It's our time now People see it It's our time now People see it Ila kwanu People see it You didn't know what watu kulimbikila, lindo watu kusangalila, lindo watu kuzindikila, wajitila mawa, wajitila mawa. Once again, we would like to thank you, Ulalo, for the technology that you have brought here. Because through this, our future will be great. And we would also appreciate if you give us a multi-purpose hall so that our school activities should be taking place. It's our time now, people see it. It's our time now, people see it. It's our time now, people see it. We like one more, people see it. Ulalo, Ulalo.
Nyimbo chokoma kwambiri once again vamnyamata uyu maoko. That's creativity at its best. Ulalo is thanked to the maximum for the wonderful and magnificent building computer lab which is just beside us. A song well presented and performed by Precious K. Gondwe. It's a nice move. Our guest of honor, the program continues in this regard. I'm now moving. We'll be inviting another speaker. The speech now that is going to be presented will be presented by the student representative. This is Mere Mwale, representing all the students. Mere Mwale, come in front and present your speech. Nyengo isono. Vapapi nkuchema msungwana wa kuimira vakusambira wose pano kuti wapereke nayo watampepo vya kuyoya vyake.
Thank you. My name is Mele Mwale, a president here at Enukweni Secondary School. The guest of honor, the Northern Education Division Manager, Representative Mr. Matthews Kapila, the Chief Education Officer from Zimba North, Jessica Bonde, the board members of St. John's International Club, EV, the funding organization, Gabrieli Pavamala and your team, the executive director of Ulalo, James Gondwe, and all staff from Ulalo, Murumuzana, Sondwan Sema, and all local leaders available. Reverend KP Maseko, the Board of Governors, and all associated committees of Enukweni CDSS, the head teacher, Bina J. Lusale, and all teachers of Enukweni CDSS, community members and parents present, students of Enukweni CDSS, groundbreaker, and all the members of International Club, and everyone watching online. On behalf of my fellow students here at Enukweni CDSS, I would like to register my deep appreciation to Ulalo organization for the magnificent computer laboratory you have built for us. We don't take this for granted. We really say thank you. This computer laboratory will help us in different ways. For instance, we'll be able to search for different information. For you who install internet, and we'll also be able to use computers. As we are thanking you, the executive director, we will promise that we'll take good care of it so that it should be sustainable for other generations to use it as well. The executive director, we're also thinking that, as you can see on the right side over there, that is a library. That is another problem that we have here. That small room over there is too small for us to cater the population for students here at Enukweni CDSS. So, if you can consider us with the other project, not just that, but you can also help us with building that library. We really appreciate it a lot. For not only that, this library will help us in so many ways. For example, we have this problem whenever we're using the library, it becomes too small to occupy all of us here. As you can see, the number of students is too many. So the building over there is too small. So if you can help us to build that library, it means you will help to improve our performance during national examination. Because the room will be big now to cater all the population of students here at Enukweni. If you will be glad if you consider our request once again, for we don't take it for granted. The Education Division Manager, the Executive Director of Ulalo, ladies and gentlemen, I really thank you for the sparing your time you have given me to speak to you. May God bless you. Thank you.
A big hand, Aneri na wesonere sungachite ndiwe DJ wenweni ngati anthu pesa ukondwa chimene zwe.
Ufuna kundiesa akupoteza wakutuma.
Ulalo, funa tinene kuti munjira ina mwana yakunena kuti mukafika pano aiti pamodzi ndi timu yanu kuyang'ana computer lab ndikupanga compare iyo mungachire kuti pali library nili kuti baji. Nizimenizo. Panthawi ya maindi abambo ntchito yanga ndiyochepa sindifuna kuvuta lero si ukwati. Izi ndi zapaderadera ndikaza ukwati andichosa ahead. Ndiye munthawi nditane bwana wanga. I would like to call Mr. Binala Rusare. Thereafter we'll have a performance from Malipenga after his speech. We are still within time. Ndikona nthawi ya maindi abambo kuti tigwira. I hope aidisa ndimanga ya nthawi ndikuigwira. Ndiye munthawi ladies and gentlemen, vimawoko hivyo mwa head wa skulu hii Mr. Binala Rusare awapangenge speech mnyengo hii neri mpaka na kasaundi kuti bwanjiwe mzimezo ni bwana wanga immediate sokoro kuyena immediate boss ukuti bwanji
Our guest of honor, the Northern Education Divisional Manager, Representative, Mr. Matthews Kapira, the board member of St. John's International Club, Gabriele Pumeva, and your team, the Executive Director of Ulalo, Mr. James Gondwe, and all staff from Ulalo, Mlumuzana Sondwani Hema, and all local leaders present here, Reverend Kepi Maseko, our officiating clergy, the board chairperson of Enukweni CDSS, and all board members, the payer for Enukweni Zone, Mr. Chirwa, all members of staff of Enukweni CDSS, all our invited guests, our esteemed students of Enukweni CDSS, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to this auspicious occasion. In a special way, I would like to welcome the guest of honor and the executive director of Ulalo and our donors from St. George International Club to Enukweni CDSS. Today is a historic and memorable day for Enukweni CDSS as we are receiving a magnificent and a state-of-the-art computer laboratory from Ulalo in partnership with Groundbreaker and funded by St. John's International Club. I am extremely delighted to witness such an event and that such a thing is happening at a time when I'm head teacher of this school. Apart from erecting the building, Ulalo, in partnership with Groundbreaker and St. George's International Club, they have furnished the computer lab with 24 desktop computers, 5 laptops, a photocopier, 2 projectors, chairs and tables, and I've also installed an internet equipment. Then they've also offered a training to all our teachers at this school on computer education. Such efforts done by Ulalo and the partners Groundbreaker and St. George's International Club deserve great commendation from us. I would like to appreciate Ulalo, Groundbreaker and St. John's International Club for such a commendable job that you have done to Enukweni CDSS. Words may fail us on how we can appreciate you for such a commendable and great thing that you have done to us. Your efforts are not in vain, since because of this facility that you are giving us today, a good number of students are going to come out of Enukweni CDSS, are computer literate, which is a necessity in our modern age. It is our prayer that God should abundantly bless you for your generous gesture, so that your visionary efforts should never run dry, and that the spirit of helping others should continue in you. Let me take this opportunity to appreciate our traditional leaders and members of the community in general for cooperating with us and supporting this project through the provision of bricks and sand. Would like to thank our chiefs, because when we came to you and expressed the need for you to support this project, you supported this project wholeheartedly. For that, we are so much grateful. Ulalo has been in the school for some time. Apart from the computer laboratory, Ulalo has also been with us on the bike project. There are about 28 students who are beneficiaries of the bike project by Ulalo. Would like to commend Ulalo for taking keen interest in the affairs of Enukweni CDSS. The bike rental project is helping our students a lot. I would like to appreciate the organizing committee of this function for working tirelessly in order to ensure that this event should be a success. I would like to thank all the students for all the activities that they have performed or that they are prepared to perform at this function. I would like to thank all our invited guests for accepting our invitation to come here and be part and parcel of this celebration. I would like to thank our guest of honor that although he's a very busy person, but he accepted our invitation to come here and grace this occasion. Your presence is never taken for granted. We are glad that you are here. Let me thank each one of you for being present in this place. Thank you very much for your attention. God bless you.
A round of applause. Maoko, 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 maoko. Panyengo hii mama na dada Tirenge na Malipenga. Apo Malipenga unozekera. Let me invite Louis Tari watipase poem. Louis Tari. Apo Malipenga wakunjira wakunozgeka nozgeka. Louis Tari poem. Louis Tari Flange.
Thank you very much. Thank you. My name is Louis Naintari. I hereby to present you a poem titled Ulalo. Ulalo. We were caught in the darkness of the web, of which no hope we had towards technology, till Ulalo sprouted to our path, bringing future success and happiness. Oh, Ulalo, what a blessing. Ulalo, indeed a mother of education and technology, bringing the future success towards students. Oh, Ulalo. Ulalo is really a blessing. Thank you very much.
A poem giving token of thank you to Ulalo for the wonderful job and the wonderful gesture they have shown us today. Now, bamama na dada, balendo vitu, nyingwe hii nkumba nimonisikireni ka dance kanyake, ako kafumira kutalichomene, kukamanda mmapiri umo. Malipenga. Malipenga. Hapo ni mafumu hapo kelera. Ndio mwana msanawani haya. Ndio. Oh. Neri kwa futa huko. Kule wakuna wana mic, kule wakuna wana mic, ninja ntipase mic.
Hindi uwa uraro. Hindi hiundi uwa uraro. Awe hindi mucharo chamara. Uraro mara Enukweni akwera. Chilawonge wa uraro. Chilawonge wa bungwe ya uraro. Chilawonge bungwe la uraro. Chilawonge bungwe ya uraro. Enukweni akwera. Yatipasa macheburu, yatipasa kompyuta. One, two. Chilawonge na uraro. Chilawonge wa uraro. Pakutipasa macheburu. Mawindo, vimbuzi vatizengesyereso. One, two. Apo. Chilawonge wa uraro. Uraro marayo. Chilawonge wa uraro. Iyo. Wa uraro. Gesa ni mawoko. Enukweni akwera inkosana. Ehaya. Uraro pa Enukweni, chikava chakwera. Zani mwizani muzakaone. Enukweni yo. Enukweni akwera inkosana. Zani mwizani muzakawo. Adimbengira manyande. Sasa hamunire libasongo walimbana yo. Adimbengira manyande. Sasa hamunire libasongo walimbana yo. Weri wisasara wanyamata he. Weri sasara wanyamare. Sasara mukavadaya. Waferi mpatare wanyamata kwemba sase. Sasara mukavadaya. Waferi mpatare wanyamata kwemba sase. Saka kulimba na zimba na semu. Aimbengira manyande. Sasara mudire. Basongo walimba na yo. Aimbengira manyande. Sasara mudire. Basongo walimba na yo. Weri sasara wanyama. Weri sasara wanyama. Sasara wanyamata. Wafera miri hatare wanyamata kwimba sase. Sasara mudire. Wafera miri hatare wanyamata kwimba sase. Soka kulimba na semuon. Chilawonge wa uraro wafika Malawi. Chilawonge wa Malawi. Walendo wafika Malawi kutipasa wanangu hapa Enukweni. Watipasa Enukweni ya kura enkosana. Malawi step tuwaiwone agogo. One, two. Iyo uraro. Baba. Ewa jonera. Uraro yo. Malawi Enukweni. Malawi Enukweni.
Hongera sana.
Yewo. Koma afume yayo anthu awa. Bachalanda fume. Uko sound ikupulikikwa pali mnyawo imoza uyo wachederapo pachoko kumba waimbe nawo nyimbo imoza. I think wafika uyo ndio ni mmoko mwake kwa nikatumazi. Uyo umenekwa kuti nikatundu mazi. Kuti gulu ili mulione likwira ntchito. Neri tiye ka sound yako mweneko filimu wafika. Neri chita ka sound mweneko filimu mungamleka yayi mboya kwa mokenge. Mukutuli. Manjamo. Neri chita alana wa kuvina nyimbo hizo. Chita kanikako kwezi yako Neri. Mashini ya Afrika. Pali zintu zina mkasi mwini filimu. Siku futani pepani ya hitindi. Sofona. Akadimangi. Mwini filimu ndamena wabela itangu kutika nyimbo kwa chipa kwa bili. Ikuyamba Neri down. Down twos. Tiapa sama seconds ameneo. Njaumaliro achitani maseconds lolubiro nyengo tichikipizikane na vura iyo njaumaliro ipange wakam 36 seconds mboya mara. Yewo tifumenga malipenga tifumenge uko ikulira nyimbo yewo magomaomo malipenga spicing the occasion. Our guest of honor is something that is joyous and grateful. Malipenga without much ado, following our schedule, nyengo yatimalira magomaomo At this juncture, our guest of honor, all protocols observed, Mundilole, Amaindi Abambo, Nicheme, the executive director of Ulalo, Mr. James Gondwe, at pass a speech yao, akatero awa kuti tigwirane ndi nthawi, azusanso the board member wa St. John's, St. George International Club, kuti alankulenso, later on I'll speak something.
Let me recognize the presence of the guest of honor, Mr. Matthews Kapira, who is the representative of the Education Division Manager for the Northern Region. I also want to recognize the presence of Gabi, who is my colleague from the St. George's International Club, who is also representing our partners, the Groundbreaker. And Gabi has also come with other members. I also recognize you. I also want to recognize the presence of Murumuzana Sondwani Hema, who is also present here, and all the chiefs. I also want to recognize the presence of the primary education advisor, members of staff from Ulalo, wherever you are, the head teacher of Enukweni CTSS, but also all the teachers, parents, community members who are present today, students, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, let me start by appreciating our partners, that is the Groundbreaker, who worked together to set up this project. And then also they were able to find a funder for this project. And the funder happens to be the St. George's International Club from Germany. The partners, Groundbreaker, we appreciate them so much because they are always there. They have supported us with other projects as well. This is the second computer lab that we're doing with the Groundbreaker. So that is appreciated in the sense that it is contributing to improving educational outcomes in Malawi. And then yes, it is our first time to cooperate with St. George's International Club, but I really want to appreciate the fact that you've provided the funding. We've been having a series of calls that we've been having, and I know there are members that are actually watching live this program. Wherever you are, please feel appreciated, because whatever resources you were able to raise towards this project have made it possible that this project come to life. I also wanted to appreciate the community members, the chiefs. When this project was designed, it is a tradition that when projects are designed, communities have to contribute towards the project. So we requested the community to contribute bricks. We also requested them to contribute sand. And I want to appreciate them because they were able to do it. So we cooperated, and in our cooperation, they were able to contribute the bricks, the required bricks, and then the required sand. Though at that particular time, we are going through challenges because we had challenges of fuel as a country, but still more, they worked hard and were able to deliver on the project. So that, committee members, wherever you are, chiefs, please feel appreciated that you did a very good job that led to the fulfillment of this project. And then I wanted to briefly talk about why does Ulalo do this? Why are we doing these projects? So Ulalo, as an organization, we focus on children and young people. And our intention is to make sure that children and young people are able to develop to their fullest potential. And we know, research has proven it, that young people can only be developed through education. Yes, there are other means, but a lot of young people who are able to develop are able to develop through education. So education is the means. And because of that, that's why Ulalo as an organization, 80% of what it does focuses on education. At the same time, we recognize that we're living in a digital world. And in the digital world, we need to provide the requisite knowledge to make sure that our children, young people, have the skills that would enable them to fully participate in the digital economy. So how do we reach there? How do we start? For us to be able to do that, we need to provide the requisite equipment. We need to provide the requisite infrastructure. So the infrastructure is the computer lab. The infrastructure is the computers that we've provided. And all these are just tools to help the students, to help the teachers, to make sure that learners are able to learn properly. So that's the reasoning as to why Ulalo does that. At the same time, we recognize that the government of Malawi had introduced computer studies as an examinable subject in 2005. So next year, we'll be clocking 20 years since the introduction of computer studies as an examinable subject. But I can tell you to say a lot of schools do not have the infrastructure for them to implement computer studies. So Ulalo comes in as a partner to complement the government so that we are able to contribute to the educational outcomes, to the development outcomes of the country through provision of this infrastructure. In the same thinking, the computer lab has got maybe 3 main purposes. The first one is where students will be able to learn computer studies as an examinable subject. And I appreciate that the education division manager has already allocated a teacher here. We have a teacher who has been allocated to come in to teach computer studies. So, yes, a big hand for the division. So we know that the students now, or the school doesn't have an excuse. You have the computer lab, then you have got a teacher. Right away, you should be able to start offering computer studies as an examinable subject. Secondly, the computers are also a tool for learning. Students, teachers should be able to access resources within the computers. We're making every effort to provide some resources offline, but we're also going to provide internet. So the internet that we're providing is for purposes of ensuring that students are able to access additional supplementary materials for their learning. So that's the second purpose. Thirdly, it is to do with the administrative functions. For the school to learn, it has got some administrative functions that they need to do. So for instance, examinations have to be typed and printed. So they need resources for that. And we believe the computer lab that we've provided should be able to do that. So that's the third reason. And then the last reason, all right? The last reason, Mafumitu, Agogo, Inkosana, Amlumzana, the last reason is that, this is also for prosperity. Nchitukuko, chikutoweska mchikaya, all right? So when people come here, they get to appreciate the building, they get to appreciate what is happening, all right? So that's another reason. And we believe as we go, community members can be able to access some training during weekends, during holidays. Therefore, the whole community is going to develop because they have got the requisite skills for them to find jobs, but also to do well in higher education. So these are the main reasons. Now, we have handed over the computer lab to you, to the school. I've got a few observations. I'm being mindful, like it seems it's going to rain, so I have to do it quickly. My quick advice to the school, the BOG chair, and the teachers, also the students. This is your thing. Please take care of it. You need to provide security so that we don't have cases that the computers are lost just in a few days. Number 2, you need to come up with a maintenance plan. This is a building, as any other buildings, and I'm sure most of the other buildings that we can see here were as equally beautiful, all right, at the beginning. But over time, there is wear and tear and all that. We need to provide mechanisms of maintaining the buildings. So please, let's work on that. The computers also does require some maintenance. As an organization, we're there to provide support. We'll continue providing support. But we really need to work together and making sure that we continue to maintain the computers. So the guest of honor, Gogo Inkosana, Gogo Mlumuzana, and also Gabi, reaching this far, these were my few remarks. If at all, there were few, but yes, these were my few remarks. I will quickly speak in Tumbuka, just a few words. Nango yako mchizungu, so nadi nipempe niyo iko akamchitumbuka panyingo ichoko waka. Nalongosola kuti, mwahuno ise wa bungwe la Ulalo, tapeleka kuchigawa cha Enukweni, chitukuko cha computer lab. Ndipo chitukuko hii cha computer lab, chapangika kufumila mbungwe la Ulalo, pamoza na bungwe la Germany la kuchemeka groundbreaker, kweniso na watu ovwila na ndalama wa kuchemeka St. George's International Club. Chitukuko hichi chikuperekeka na ulato wa kwamba ngwakuti vana vasambire computer studies ndipo akamanye kulemba mayeso ya manebo ya computer studies na nguonga wa ku division kuya kuti vatipasa kale msambizi wa computer studies ndipo tanta ngukuwa maoko. Chachiwiri, computer lab ina ulato wa kuovwira vana kuti vakasambire soma subjects ya nyake chifukwa taikamo ma resources ayo vana angamanya kugwisa ntchito kwa lingu biology, kwa lingu English, kwa lingu science. Kweniso pawenge internet iyo ikumbikenge kuti vaigwise ntchito makora kuti vikaovwire masambiro mwawo. So iwo vana kweniso na vasambizi. Nangu yaso kuti pa skulu pakuwa ntchito za kupambana ya itikumbati printe mayeso, titaipe mayeso, vose hivyo vikumbika vichi ma computer. So ulato unyake utanguikapo taikira kuti vikaovwire ntchito hizo. Ya umaliro nangulongosola kuti omuntu ugira ntchito chitukuko ichi chili pa skulu nadi kwetu kumba chikapindulire chigawa chose. So chigawa chose skulu iyambeko kunthazo kupanga ma program kwali mba weekend pachisuna pa sabata kwani nyengo iyo skulu pa holiday kuti vantu va mchigawa avakhumba kusambirako ma computer nawo vangazisambirange kwe valipirenge kwa choko waka kamba kuchigawa eti so valaza lipireka choko waka mbwe vakusambira ivi viovwirenge kuti pa umaliro chigawa chose chikamanyi kugwisa ntchito ma computer mbwe nachikuta munthazi. Nangu pemphaso kuti chitukuko tapereka nichi kwe udindo wa kuchipwererera uli m'maoko mwa imwe sono. Wate? Uli m'maoko mwinu. Vikumbikenge kuti mupange maplani ya kuchipwererera ya makompyuta ya kunankanga ya kumbikia nozgeke kweniso pakumbikenge security ya kukwanira chifukwa kaka tundu mungwandira mazinandi mbwenu kuti ya isabara ikwiza tupige makompyuta bika vinga makora chomenja kweniso nangu mwangani wa chigawa kuti ntchito iyi kamanye kuchitika tikakorera nako mukapereka njerwa kweniso mukapereka mchenga ndiyo ni mazwa anangu yoya yewo chomene. Now this far because of time, Director of Ceremonies, if you don't mind, I will request Gabi to deliver her speech. As Gabi delivers her speech, she's also carried a few presents for the students. So at that point, she's going to, after delivering the speech, then we're going to have a ceremony where she will symbolically present the presents to the school and to the students. So probably a head girl and a head girl and a head boy. Yes, a head girl and a boy. A head girl and a head boy. Please, not a boyfriend. A head girl and a head boy. A head girl and a head boy would also come in front and would receive the presents on behalf of the others. So at the point, that would be at the end after the speech. Gabi, your time. A big hand for Gabi as she comes in front.
Thank you, James. So, Munilia Mose. Okay, I'd like to recognize the guest of honor, Mr. Matthews Kapira, the Chief Education Officer, Jessica Bombe, she was here, James, and the team of Ulalo, the Senior Chief, and all leaders of Enukweni, Reverend KP Maseko, the Board of Governance and all associated committees of Enukweni CDSS, the head teacher and all teachers of Enukweni CDSS, the community members, parents present, students, and of course, Groundbreaker and all members of the International Club and everybody watching online. I stand before you today with immense pride and joy. As representative of the St. George's International Club, it is an honor to be at this significant occasion, the opening of the new computer lab at your esteemed secondary school. As an IT entrepreneur, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power of information technology. It is not just understanding computers and software. It is where your imagination meets innovation. And as the chief already said it, in today's global society, IT education is not an asset, it is a necessity. So, dear students, this lab is for you. Embrace it, explore the many possibilities it opens for you. Remember, the skills you acquire are the building blocks for tomorrow's innovation. You are the creators of the future, and through your vision, you have the power to make the world a better place. I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who played a part in making this project a success. And thank you, James and Ulalo, for your diligent implementation. Your commitment to education and the future of our children is truly inspiring. So thank you all, and let's continue to work hand in hand together towards a brighter, more inclusive future for all. Thank you.
Once again, a round of applause for the wonderful speech by Gabi. At this point in time, as the ED said, we're going to have a symbolical representation of the gift that Gabi has brought us here at Enukweni. Therefore, I invite the head boy, Precious, the head girl, Precious, and the head boy together so that they should come in front. And then the head teacher or the let me invite the deputy so that he can stand in place of the head teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, yet on top of the computer lab, once again we have a wonderful gesture here. A big hand first of all before this happens. So how do we do? Let me ask the ED. So the head teacher is witnessing. Hopefully he will shake hand to these two again. It's very important. The AD. Okay. Pamambo witu nyengozi nyake para kupasa mpaso tukuonga so a head teacher lekanivali hapa. Eja na deputy head teacher walipo wangayekera waka ya pamambo witu mpaso ya ulere mkuti uli mako mo. Mambo witu wachikaya para kuonga ya imbo vakusuzika. Neri wapanga ulina ukumba utolendera mazawaka.
Yes, just to mention that Gabi felt that, yes, she has come to witness the handover ceremony of the computer lab, but she felt that it is important that she carries a small gift for the students. So at least we believe from what she has been able to bring, each student should be able to get a notebook, should be able to get a ballpoint, a pencil, an eraser. And then she has also bought the two balls, one for netball and another one for the football. A big hand for Gabi for that.
Nangauli Gabi wizira kusakaona kuti mwambo woti kupereka chikompyuta wandashitire munyake yayi. Kweni wapereka kosoka mpaso mukuti uli mwabanoko kampaso aka kuti waliyonso wangapoka notebook kweniso wangapokeraso bopeni kweniso panyake na reza ni rezaro erasa o chizungu chake twaiti. Okay, reza ningashita mbweni natondeka ntchito yani para ahedi vandaongepo aimwe para tapasika vintu aidi ai.
Mr. Jai Gondwe, Gab, on behalf of the head teacher and all students here at Enukweni CDSS, we would like to register our thanks and appreciation for everything that you are doing and you have done, particularly to the students. These are direct beneficiaries of all initiatives that we are undertaking in the school. The school is in the rural setting. Most of our students cannot even manage to buy a notebook. There are times we struggle to provide quality education because of lack of materials. And again, at their free time, they don't have materials for recreation like sports. So we are very grateful for the gesture. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Taonga. Mwitiranipo na imweva wakati okay. Paso ni masevera okay. Taonga chomene mwambo witu.
Eyo, tieni. Na 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 na.
Tikwirane na nyengo ndeura pa nyengo iyi apo ndazomerezeke cha ahedi wa skuli kuti lauske varendo vayoye ngupemba kuti press conference mulize kunthazi mukunozeka ali nafe na Everin stand in front kuno mutipase mapoye mwinu ya nyengo ichoko chomene. At this juncture, before the guest of honor take charge, I would like to invite the press conference team to set up here. As they are doing so, Anafe and Everin will give us very short poems to appreciate the whole occasion that is happening here. Anafe, can you move quick? And the press conference, come in front. You need to set up. We are against the time.
My name is Anafe Stinga. I'm here by reciting a poem entitled Fruits of Ulalo. Fruits of Ulalo. Education smiled at me, but no hand I had to pull up. The pain of orphanhood I endured. Ulalo splotted to my path. Now destiny is smiling at me. For my future is bright. Not only me, but with other multitude of students. Sing this best song of victory. As hard work and dreams results to success. Ulalo, flat smile to the needy, like Moses to the Red Sea. Ulalo is making it for us to cross. Only not the internet. Ulalo is making it possible for us to fly with colors. Fruits of Ulalo. Thank you.
That is Arunafe, a Form 1 student here at Enukweni CDSS. A big hand once again.
My name is Evelyn Mwale. I have a poem. In this poem entitled is The Key to Success. Not as simple as it held, for it has deep meaning in the moment of life, as it is simple, fair, and achievable, and that's nothing other than education. Education, the key to success. Give yourself free to work hard. As you are schooling for work hard, magenta is a slack and hide behind. Magenta is a slack and the height of greatness. You will reach dissolving. All the miles as they are bad for this, nothing else than education. Education the key to success. Not great opportunity they had yet. They made it bad for us. Ulalo is there, make it impossible. That's even they needed access. Education without bitterness. For only with education, the life you desire, you will meant to thrive success. You will meant to strive for success simply with education. Education the key to success.
Anafe Mwale, the last year and the final event performance is the press conference, 5 minutes only. Then I'll allow the head teacher to stand and make the guest of honor present the speech beforehand.
Thank you. Good day, listeners. I would like to welcome you to this press briefing where we are going to have the journalists and the president. The journalists will be posing questions, so the president will be here no sooner than now. So as he will be coming, we may rise as Mr. President is coming. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This, as I said earlier, today we are having a press briefing whereby we are having our president, the president of Ulalo organization, and he is James Gondwe. So we are having of journalists from various media houses. They'll be asking questions. So just a brief, Ulalo, it is an organization with an aim of connecting the youth to their destinations. So Malawians have a lot of questions that will be asked through the journalists that are here. So at this juncture, let me quickly give the opportunity to the journalists to pose some questions so that our president, James Gondwe, should answer. Thank you. So we're going to start with the Miss over there, then we'll come to you, then over there, and we're going to conclude with Miss here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to speak. As we are all aware that Ulalo is an organization that will bring change to the students here in Malawi through the use of computers. What's the benefit of these computers to the students? Mr. President, here is my last question for now. As we know that in order for the students to access Google and search information in the computer, there is a need of internet. Will the school provide this internet for the students, or maybe the students will contribute some amount of money for them to access these computers? Thank you.
Thank you so much for your questions. Ulalo as an organization is here to provide computers to students as well as schools, whereby these computers will be able to make the students have access on technology. This will not help only on technology, but also in learning, as we know that computer science is normally needed and required here in Malawi. On internet, Ulalo organization who have provided internet access to the students which cost nothing to them. But the schools are responsible for these ones. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. President, I have two questions to ask you. Mr. President, I thank you for the structure you have given not only to Enukweni, but also other schools across Malawi. This structure is a reminder that other structures need to be improved to suit these structures. What is your observation on it? My other question is that, Mr. President, sometimes these facilities take time to be maintained when it is broken. In case this happens to these facilities, what will your organization do in order to, what is the organization will be doing in order to solve those issues? Thank you.
I really thank you for these brilliant questions. It is good and well to say that this here is a beautiful structure, but I don't have any talk on providing others, but it is better to say that we are just, I as the president of this organization, I'm taking this one to consideration, and if funds allow, we are also going to build some structures. As you can see, they are not beautiful ones. We are going to provide good structures. And also, you have said that on protection, we are going to be supervising here and there so that we can have to maintain these computers. The damaged ones will be replaced with the beautiful ones and the new ones. We'll be supervising and we'll be sending supervisors to supervise these computers frequently. Thank you so much.
My name is Faith Kazanja from Times Television. I have 2 questions to ask you, Mr. President. Mr. President, most of the times it happens in schools like these ones, the properties, most of the times it happens in schools, properties like these ones are not well taken of. So what are you going to do to create a spirit of ownership among students? Here is the last question. I'm sure that this development so far has not reached all schools in Malawi. So what is your vision? Is this development for all schools in Malawi?
Thank you so much, Faith, for your questions. Ulalo organization has already trained teachers on how they can protect these computers. For we know that some students are lewd. Thereby, we have trained all teachers, like here at this school, we trained them last week. So they already know how they can take care of these computers and how they can protect these computers to their students. For some are rude. And also, you have said that this is like this organization. We are also to be having this in Malawi, to develop technology in Malawi, and also hereby some schools, there are a bit more schools which are benefiting from this organization here in Malawi. And one of them is this school, Enukweni CDSS. Thank you so much.
I'm Abena Chizanjankoma from Mibawa Television. Mr. President, you know here in Malawi we mostly focus on girl child education. What is Ulalo doing in order to improve girl child education here in Malawi? Secondly, is the construction of computer laboratories connected to 2063 agenda? If yes, how is it connected?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Ulalo organization is to provide mostly technology to schools, and also we are to encourage the youths so that they can have access on computers. Mostly girls are the ones which are required to have access on this one. So girls must be learning here. They should know computer science, that when they go to universities they should no longer having difficulties, and they should achieve their goals. And also we are to, on the vision of 2063 here in Malawi, this one, Ulalo organization is really connected to that one. For technology is one of the requirements which are required in the 2063 Malawi plans. So we are training the youth so that they can have access to technology, that we can have a better future. That one will make Malawi to be the warm heart of Africa on technology, whereby the youth will be able to know computer science. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A round of applause to Mr. President. I would like to thank you all, the journalists, for coming. And also let me thank our President, James Gondwe, for coming, for giving the opportunity to the journalists. Most of the times it becomes become difficult for people in positions to give such an opportunity to the journalists to pose some questions. So let me thank you, Mr. President, for that one. And ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of our press briefing. So we're going to start with our president. We may all rise as our president is taking leave, and we're going to follow that sequence. Thank you.
A round of applause. Maokomaomo, 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 maokomaomo. Vikuso hivi. Tukutero pa Enukweni CDSS. Amaindi abambo. Anyamata ndi asungwana mafumu itu. Tikuchimbira na kusendera kumapeto kwa programu yetu. Panyengo iyi nkumba munizomerezge na mwana winu mafumu wa dada na mama kuti ni uske ahedi basukuru iyi para na bauska ndiwo bauskenge valendo valala chomene muchitumbuka chakwenerera kuti vati yoyeske pamalo pano maoko awo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to request the guest of honor, the Northern Education Division Manager Representative, Mr. Kapira, to address us.
The Executive Director of Ulalo, Mr. James Gondwe, all management team of Ulalo, all our donors, groundbreaker present here, the Acting Chief Education Officer in absentia, Madam Kapombe, the Chairperson of the Board of Governors, Enukweni CDSS, and all board members present, the head teacher, Enukweni CDSS, Mr. Rusale, and all members of staff, Inkosana Sondwani Shema, and all traditional leaders present here, members of student body. Before I come to distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me to recognize also the presence of other leaders of government institutions and non-governmental organizations working in Enukweni area, be it head teachers around this CDSS, the pair, the officer in charge of Enukweni Police, and other stakeholders. Finally, distinguished invited guests. Usually, when you are the last speaker, speaking after many speakers have made their speeches, sometimes it becomes difficult to usher new staff so that people can be happily receiving it. But my appeal to you is, I would be repeating some of these things said by my predecessors, but as a mother and father of education in this division, I still hope there are a few things that I need to mention and explain it to you. It gives me great pleasure to preside over this official handover ceremony of a newly constructed computer lab at one of our schools, Enukweni Community Day Secondary School. The provision of this facility by Ulalo will go a long way in spearheading the teaching and learning of computer studies at Enukweni. To add to this, the director of Ulalo made a mention that computer studies become examinable at different levels at secondary school, that is JCE and MSCE, around 2005. But how have our candidates been performing or doing in generally? Most of them have not been doing very well as expected. Why? I hope everybody can answer this question because it's very simple. To begin the ball rolling, lack of infrastructure like computers, computer labs, and so many other things. Therefore, when we receive things like this in our division, we become very happy because it's like somebody who has 10 children but has only flour and relish for 5. So if somebody comes in and assists, she does not assist the children but assist the parents. So, Ulalo, you are assisting us as education in Malawi. It is an open secret that in a world in which we now live, information and communication technology, ICT, is taking a center stage, and we are almost living in a global village. As such, being computer literate becomes a necessity for our students today. The provision of this facility will thus help include computer literacy skills in our learners so that by the end of their 4-year cycle in secondary school, majority of them should have gained some computer education. If previously students at Enukweni CDSS were not learning computer studies, this time Mr. Rusale, the head teacher, and all members of staff, let us introduce computer studies now. It's not too late. Let our learners begin benefiting from that infrastructure. Those of you who went to school in the late 80s and then went to college thereafter might remember that we were writing our assignments by hand. 12 pages, handwritten assignments. Why? Because we did not have that access to computer studies as a subject. We did not gain computer skills that we needed to. Therefore, you youngsters are more privileged than we were. Therefore, make use of this opportunity. Nobody should come out of Enukweni CDSS without the skills of computer. If you do that, you are betraying yourself and your parents who send you here. At the same time, the Malawi government also encourages e-learning among the students. There are online tutorials that the Ministry of Education is encouraging learners to access through e-learning platform called NotesMaster. The provision of this computer lab and computers by Ulalo is the right step in the promotion or promoting such e-learning among students and eventually complement government's effort in this area. You know, we as people are affected by so many things, some of these caused by nature because of the change of environment. We have things sometimes like COVID-19, which deterred education systems and made a lot of problems where such gatherings were not allowed. But very few benefited through e-learning. Now then, we have this facility so that we learn the skills. And then, if such an eventuality, we are not asking for it to come again, but in case a similar eventuality occurs, we should be able to stand on our own and go into our gadgets, use them to access the teaching and learning material that is required at each and every level. For those of you who might be on TV last week, you might have seen that there was another launch with basic education. The director of teacher development, Dr. Zizwa Mskuma, was launching something of e-learning. Why? Because we would want, as Minister of Education, to begin from a lower level and then higher level. Because of time, your time has come while you are already at a higher level. But these skills are supposed to be acquired from primary, then secondary. Again, one of the reporters here asked, how is this lab related to 2063 Malawi development goals? If you may go back to that, you will see that some of the enablers there are, or one of the enablers there is to promote and expand on the ITC services. So if Ulalo today is handing over such an infrastructure for us, it is an organization that is complementing government's what? Effort. Why? Because we are in a global world. We need to interact. We need to communicate. We need to access information immediately, as soon as we need it. Previously, when we were there without such facilities, even phones, one could write a letter this week, and then that letter would reach the other after 2 weeks. And then the response would come after another 2 weeks, which means a month. But this time, with such type of gadgets, you discuss, you chat the way you chat on WhatsApp. Therefore, it's very important that you learners must make good use of the facility. At this juncture, let me express my profound gratitude and applaud to all the efforts made by Ulalo in supporting our school, Enukweni CDSS, with this facility. This computer lab will not only be beneficial to the learners, but to the entire community as well. The internet that are going to be offered here are equally going to benefit the community at large. Besides, this computer lab has changed the face and outlook of the school. For this, I am very grateful to Ulalo. I hope these are the two reasons that Ulalo also mentioned. So I was thinking, does this gentleman check? Anyway, he has his own what? Reasons. So they are similar. I hope we have received a very beautiful infrastructure there externally, and if we go inside, there are beautiful facilities, computers, printer, laptops there. They have changed the status as well as the outlook of Enukweni CDSS. I would want to concur with him, Mr. Gondwe, the director, that during holidays, Mr. Arusari, and your members of staff. Mutikomere mtima pang'ono. Enukweni is a cluster leader school. You have your subordinate schools that look at you as a father, mother, leader, guider. Allow them an access with instructions, of course. Not only this, there are some young responsible people in the community who would also be willing to come and access maybe internet and other services. The same rules should apply. And then, by so doing, the whole community of Enukweni and its peripheral areas will benefit from this infrastructure. The reason why I'm saying so is, if you are a parent, you are given something to eat. Do you finish everything without leaving something for those who will carry the plate away? You do leave something, eh? You do give an opportunity. Eti? So please, Mr. Share, and your members of staff, be very keen on that so that the community of Enukweni benefits from that infrastructure. A caution to the external community that would come and ask for services from such a facility. Please make sure you be very responsible enough not to damage anything there. Not to damage anything there. I have repeated. Why? Because that facility is for our students there. As for you elders and me, our time is gone. So let us not disturb these youngsters when using this facility. Ife ndiwongo bera nao. I would also like to thank all traditional leaders, members of the school's board, of governors and community at large for actively participating in the construction of this computer lab through the provision of sand and bricks. This is a clear sign that the community within the catchment area of the school is very much interested in the education of their children and that there is good collaboration between the school management and the community. It becomes so much pleasing to note that the community takes responsibility and exercises ownership of the developmental projects taking place in the school. This spirit should continue in any future development project that the school would embark on. We don't take this for granted. There are some communities in other places that we know. The development project is here. 25% is supposed to be contributed by the community. It is leaders or local leaders who begin demanding money to say, Tiriengepovich. But this was not the case with this community. So we say, thank you very much for being cooperative and assisting in the implementation of this project. Ulalo. Para tipe mpengeso mungati dikisika ndena. Para mwati 25% namwe mwawene chitaniko asitikuchita. Thank you very much, Vapapi. Please continue with this spirit. While there, before I go somewhere else, I said we have had communities or seen projects failing in different places because of lack of community contribution. So, this community of Enukweni is a good community. And I'm going to report to our manager, Mr. Jennings Kaira, about how you people of Enukweni community have reacted and acted to this project. Let me take this opportunity to also express my joy with the bike rental program that Ulalo is implementing in the school. With this bike rental program, students who were walking long distances to the school have been greatly assisted. Instead of them coming to school tired and eventually fail to concentrate on what they are learning, the bikes are easing the mobility of such learners, making them become punctual for lessons and focus on what is taught in class. This may result in good performance of such learners and reduce cases of absenteeism and dropouts. Why? Somebody comes from very far, she always faces that long distance, would not learn well. But Ulalo, you saw that this is also a problem here and came in. I would like to say that service is helping a lot. Most of our students are now punctual and learning comfortably because you have assisted them to ease their mobility. So we say, thank you very much. I would also like to appeal to all other organizations and stakeholders to emulate the good example that has been set by Ulalo in supporting the education of our children. If we are to achieve quality education as a country, there is need for collaborated efforts by all stakeholders. Government needs the intervention and support of more partners in advancing its goal of achieving equitable and quality education for all the students. I said earlier on that as government, we have a very huge responsibility to educate a lot of learners and other aspirants. So, if we have organizations that come in and assist us, we become very happy because that organization, those organizations assist government through those services. Today, Ulalo, you may think you have assisted Enukweni only. No, you have even assisted the government. You have assisted those parents seated here and those parents in other places because they will access the services here. Lastly, but not least, let me thank the school management and Ulalo for inviting me to be the guest of honor during this auspicious occasion. Let me urge all students and members of staff of Enukweni CDSS to make effective use of this facility. Do not let the computers to be just staying and get wasted or gathering dust there. Make good use of them. This is a rare opportunity that has come your way. So make full use of this facility. Besides, let me urge you to take very good care of this facility. I'll give an example. Ngara CDSS in Karonga received some computers. And then burglars from the community came and broke the lab, stole the computers, went away with them, disturbing teaching and learning. Therefore, we would want to ask or urge all community members, everybody, community policing groups around Enukweni, around Jombo, around Katura, and even across Enukweni there, up there, commander or whatsoever, to take keen interest in safeguarding these computers. The officer in charge and your staff assist us so that these things are safe and are properly used. We have police just nearby there. Whenever you hear of any sinister plan, please tip them. We don't want to hear stories that the computers that you are launching, receiving, commissioning have been stolen. No. It should be everybody's responsibility. Alicia, rutirirani kukawakumbuska kura para mkutiriesha mazgo ga umoyo, kuti kuiba, nkuwe ai, kukuwezgera chitukuko manyuma, kukukwenyerezga vanto, na para vangu yako vanyake vate vatovu irenge, vakuleka na kuwerera nyuma, kuruta kunyake, pepane Alicia. Because it is a tradition to say with these few words. So I'm also going to say, with these few remarks, I say, thank you very much for your attention. May God bless us all.
Yeah, once again, a big hand, a big hand. Woko likuru la mahara nditu, la mahara kwa valendo vitu, avati oyera munyengo ya sono. The guest of honor, NED representative, Mr. Matthews Kapira, the chief executive, the chief education officer from Zimba North in absentia, Jessica Pombe, the board member of St. John's International Club, EV, the funding organization, Gabriel Pavamula, and your team, the executive director of Ulalo, James Gondwe, and the all staff from Ulalo, Murumuza and Sondwani Sema, and all local leaders available, Reverend KP Maseko, the board of governors, all associated committees of Enukweni, the head teacher, community members, students, as well as groundbreaker, and all members of International Club, and everyone watching us online. This is how we have come to the end of our occasion here, which was there simply to mark and witness the handover ceremony of our computer lab, which has been handed today. I was completely fair in my duty, first of all, if I don't thank you all who have attended this event this noon time. I can't fail to say you have made this event a success. I know you have contributed not simply by material thing, but your presence here. But before we conclude, let me invite Reverend Maseko to come in front and close with a prayer. Otherwise, we are coming to an end. Yeah, I am being corrected by immediate base to say, let me first of all maybe give a view of how we'll move from here. Niperekere tumundandanda umutingendera pano, chikwanyake para pemphero laperekeka mbwenu kwa kunjirira vakumanyangako. So niyo mwantheula. Nipereke mndandanda huu, ndipo munipulikiske, niyo chitumbuka cha kupulikika makola chomene, kuti tose tupulikane. Valendo vitu wose vakuchemeka, Walendo itu wose wakuchemeka kusazikira pa officer in charge vapeya vitu varara vitu vakuchipatara uku va media tosta vakuchemeka tirutenge ku youth hall itu yo ikoneka uko para pemphero laperekeka na valiska ndipo tizenge pamsana pa deputy head teacher wa skulu iyi ndiwo tilondezekenge tamfikira ku chinyumba chikoneka uko tose tavakuchemeka kusazikirapo avana zunura wose awo ntheula mafumu itu yose sitateka pano tinjirirenge klasi lilikoneka uku ndipo tilondezekenge Mr. Msoya vaima uko na kachipewa kaswesi ntheula tivaone awo vamtireka marowa nyake klasi la form 2 panthazi apa tina vabogi vasono na vakale kweniso vapitie vitu vasono na vakale tilo ntinjirenge mu staff room tilondezenge vatilongolenga waka Msoya awo kuwaronda mbwe varongora staff room itu ili pafupi hapo ichokochoko iyo mwe mulamula ndimo tamjira mula pamoza na vasambizi vitu wose ava kusambizika pano ntheula ise tatimbanga ma activities pano vakuchitika tose sta malipenga ingoma tinjirirenge klasi linyake ili la form 2 ili para pemphero laperekeka otherwise that's how we mark the end of this occasion ntheula napulikika makwa chomene ngakuti ningawirizikaso yaye munizomerezike ncheme valiska vaze panthazi tangwamba na pemphero mwambo uti maleso na pemphero tikuendera nyengo yewo chomene
tawonga nanga uli pepane niliwa imozo kwa yapo yae kwenta kapanyake before we cross. I like saying there is no sweet without sweat. There is no sweet without sweat. So panyake vana vitu wa skuru timpempani waka kuti nyengo yose mulimbikirenge skuru para fuwemi vikwiza pafupipitu ngati ni ivi vayoyanga pano va ED va Ulalo kuti we have no excuse. So please tieni tilimbikirenge skuru para vinyake vatikuchitanga mumizi if makwara vivi cha vinyake or we can wait for those things. Say marriage. You can wait for marriage, but you cannot wait for education. Ngukumbuka apo ngava mkalasi the other time apo ngashitanga my first degree ngava mulala chomene mkalasi mulala chomene and I felt very sorry. Tuvana very young with brilliant minds ise kuzgora tika tondekanga chomene. However, I thank God that I made it through. So please, if there's this chance available currently, utilize it so that you don't regret tomorrow. In Ngati Muliska, as a minister, I always say, let God be the first, and then good education second. So please, let us work hard. I like saying I'm retiring shortly. I have a few years before I retire. We want Varongozi our education. Varongozi they are up here. They are up here. Vangawana things critically with a critical mind. So please, work hard. There is no sweat without sweat. Let us pray. Chota timoongane. Chota timichindikane. Chifukwa cha mulimo wa kuzirwa chomene. Uwotose takalila bakabone mukate muswahili. A gift that has been given to us from Ulalo. To you, our Father and our God, be the honor and the praise. As we come to the close of this function today, may you dismiss us. May you guide us. Now may the grace of our Lord, the love of God the Father Almighty, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us from now and evermore. Amen.
DJ, at this point in time, let me say there will be some kind of interviews which will be taking place just beside the computer lab. Therefore, DJ timpempeninge kuti ka sound kanga kwera danka ya awanguchalirira kuti pai vangagwedeza marundi versus kapotanga. Na umayakade kuti vanawane mpake. So as I already said, namnango yoyera mura tirondezge mwantheura kuti tikorane na nyengo chifukwa kupulikisika nikweni kuna mapulikisika kali mwandu varara. So deputy ni awakuyima aidi ndeva kurondezga pamsana pa deputy mbwenu varara kuno wakira au namu interview tanga. Okay. The interview tanga uli apa kuli ahead ani puliketa
panga interview ahead then later on they will need to interview a guest of honor.
Okay, that's what
I think na okay, fine.
Mwana askuru nyamula niko